Hello, and welcome to Conversations with Kurosky, the show where I talk to important figures in the Holdfast community. Now, today I have a very special treat for the community, and that is because our guest is a very well known part of Holdfast. Some consider him to be fairly harmless, others consider him to be one of the worst parts of the game when they encounter him, and others still embrace him as a friend or humorous addition to the community, and even others chant his name like it is part of some religious experience or their identity. Our guest today is the one, the only, the N word. Hey, N word, how's it going?
Hey, nigga, what's happening? Glad to be here today. Love the big show you have.
So, you are what I consider to be one of the most controversial figures in the game, and really in online games in general. Some people love you, others hate you, and some people find your name so annoying that they just want to get rid of you altogether. Today, I want to deep dive into what makes you such a well known part of the community and how you feel about the notoriety that follows you around.
Mhm.
Can I start by asking you what you personally feel about the Holdfast community and your role in it?
Wait, before we start, can I ask you a quick question?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I've been told that you don't ever say my name. Is this true?
Well, yes, that's correct. I don't like to say the word.
Why not? Why don't you like to say nigga?
I I don't like to say the word for a number of reasons, I suppose. But let me start out by saying I'm a true believer in freedom of speech and expression. I believe we are all entitled to the right to speak and express ourselves as we feel fit. I think language is one of our greatest assets as human beings. And while it can push us apart, if used well, it can bring us all together.
So why not say my name if you're pro free speech?
Well, part of freedom of speech and expression is the freedom from, what would you call it, compelled speech. If someone dislikes a word, they are free not to use it, whether it be because they hate the way it sounds, what it means, how it makes you feel, or simply out of being stubborn.
So you won't say the word ever?
No. In general, I dislike slurs, and I tend to avoid using them at all. And I consider the N word to be a slur that I simply won't use even in humor.
What if someone offered you money to say the word nigga?
No, I wouldn't sell out my freedom to say the word for money. I know it sounds stupid, but to me it's important. It's almost a political stance I hold as part of my personality, which I think is ironic because I tend to often tell people to not make their politics part of their personality. I think people who wear their political flags proudly and regurgitate political talking points that were crafted in the deep chambers of think tanks are making fools of themselves.
You are against politics?
Well, no, I strongly support voting for whoever you want. I just think wearing a party pin or waving a party flag will cause someone to eventually go against their own morals or ethics to follow the party. I am individualist first and foremost. Think for yourself and vote for your own morals and ethics, even if that means changing who you vote for every time you get the chance.
So, do you think the nigga word should be banned in games like Holdfast, where people can get offended by it very easily?
I'm torn on it because, like I was saying earlier, there are many tenets to freedom of speech and expression, in my opinion. The first is the right to speak and express. The second is the freedom from compelled speech. But the third, and the less recognized part of freedom of speech and expression, is the freedom to hear, read, and consume someone else's speech, writing, or materials. I believe that denying the speech of others that we dislike is just as harmful to us as the speech itself. We don't win by repressing it. We don't win by burning that symbolic book. I think that people who think differently than myself offer a chance for me to rethink my own positions and why I believe what I do.
Holdfast is a game made by a company, not a government. They can't put you in prison for what you say, and shouldn't they have the right to choose what people say on their platform?
They can't put you in prison, but they can silence you, which is called muting, or they can ban you from playing altogether. They are not a government, but we do kind of vote for them in a way, don't we? We buy their games and go into their communities. These communities become kind of second homes to some people, and to others, they become temporary places to escape reality. Sometimes people might feel free to say things in a game about politics they might not be able to say in real life if they live in a more restrictive culture or nation. I think that open speech is a large benefit to us all.
So if someone is saying something you really, really disagree with, or something you find very offensive, don't you just mute them on your own?
No, I tend to want to hear it all, or at least have the freedom to hear it all if I choose. How else could I oppose it or argue against it if I can't hear it? If someone has managed to offend me, I am just as curious why it offends me as I am curious about what they would want to say. I'd give an example of flat earthers. I don't know why they believe the earth is flat, but I also don't know how I would explain to a flat earther why I think the earth is round. I want to just be able to hear what they have to say so I can rethink my own reasons for believing what I believe. Just because I am in the majority believing that the earth is round doesn't mean I should stop thinking about it altogether.
So to sum it up, you won't say nigga, but you will listen to others who do say it, and you don't think anyone should be punished for saying it.
Well, I think if somebody requires a censor to be protected from certain words, aren't they just saying they aren't grown up enough to decide for themselves what they will listen to and read?
So you think everyone should just be free to listen to and read what they choose, and not listen to and not read what they don't want?
Yes, exactly. I think online forums, social media, video games shouldn't be the censor. And
Mm.
instead, they should probably give us the tools to censor if we choose to. In Holdfast, there is a way to mute an individual so you do not hear what they say, or either in words or in voice. That's all anyone should need. If somebody says something that offends you so deeply that you would rather no one else hear their speech, then it says more about your own instincts to control rather it does
Mm.
about the person who offended you. Silence that person for yourself, because why would you want to silence them for everyone else? Who would you trust to censor and collect your media for you rather than just doing it by yourself?
I guess no one.
Yeah. And we are all free to read and hear what we want. If we don't want to read or hear it, especially in a game like Holdfast, it's a click away to stop hearing or reading it. If you feel some deep need to censor the person who offended or annoyed you, I think really you should just question your own motives for wanting to dictate what others can hear and read.
Can I test this out?
Well, what do you mean?
I'm gonna mute you now because I'm getting kind of bored of this.
No, no, wait.